What made everyone in your town turn against you, even though you were right? I became the most hated person in our small town when I exposed that our beloved high school football coach was covering up serious injuries to keep star players on the field. I'm a physical therapist who runs a small practice in Millfield, a town where Friday night lights aren't just entertainment, they're religion. Coach Patterson had been leading our team for 15 years, taking us to state championships 3 times. Parents named their kids after him. The man could do no wrong. That's what made everything so complicated. It started when Jake Morrison, our quarterback, came into my clinic with what he claimed was a minor shoulder tweak. One look told me this kid had a serious rotator cuff injury that needed immediate rest and proper treatment. When I explained he shouldn't play for at least 6 weeks, Jake's face went white. Coach Patterson said you'd fix me up with some exercises and I'd be good for Friday's game. He said, "We're playing Central High for the regional championship." I told Jake that playing with this injury could cause permanent damage. He could lose full use of his shoulder. That's when he broke down and told me the truth. Coach Patterson had been giving injured players prescription painkillers and telling them to play through it because champions don't quit. Jake had been hiding this injury for 3 weeks, popping pills before every game. 2 other players were doing the same thing with knee and ankle injuries. He says if we lose regionals because someone can't handle a little pain, we're not worthy of the Patterson legacy, Jake whispered. And if we tell anyone about the pills, we're off the team permanently. I was horrified. These were 17-year-old kids risking their futures for a football trophy. I told Jake I had to report this, and he begged me not to. Coach Patterson is like a father to this whole town. Nobody will believe you over him, but I couldn't stay silent knowing kids were being damaged for a game. I documented everything, the injuries, the painkillers, Jake's testimony. I called the school board, the State Athletics Association, and provided all my medical findings. I thought I was protecting children. The backlash was immediate and devastating. Within 48 hours, someone had spray painted "traitor" across my clinic windows. Parents canceled appointments. Local businesses stopped referring patients to me. The hardware store owner refused to sell me supplies. My daughter came home from school crying because kids were calling her dad the man who destroyed our championship. Coach Patterson held a town meeting where he called me a jealous outsider trying to destroy our traditions. He said I'd misdiagnosed the injuries and that Jake was just seeking attention. The whole town believed him. "Doc Patterson has been protecting our boys for 15 years, one parent shouted. "You've been here 3 years and think you know better than our hometown hero?" My practice lost 60% of its clients within a month. Someone vandalized my car. We received threatening phone calls. My wife started talking about moving to a different town. The hardest part was watching the entire community turn against me for trying to protect their children. I became the villain in a story where I was trying to be the hero. 3 weeks later, during the regional championship game, Jake's shoulder gave out completely on a tackle. He collapsed on the field and had to be rushed to the hospital for emergency surgery. The damage was so severe that he lost his football scholarship and still has limited mobility in that arm. That's when people started asking questions. The state investigation found that Coach Patterson had been distributing unprescribed painkillers to injured players for over 2 years. He was fired and charged with endangering minors. The team was suspended from playoffs for 2 years. Some parents quietly apologized to me, but the damage was done. Half the town still blamed me for destroying their football